book. And you realize when you told me earlier and say I deal with that thing. Yeah.
Good evening, students. How are you today?
Yeah, okay, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Doing okay?
Nice, nice, nice. Mm. Hmm. Ready for class? I'm tired.
We're tired.
You
I'm not
know,
tired, sir.
Both.
I have headache. Sir, I'm
never
not
mind.
ready.
You're not ready. All right. Whoever talk about headache, please whisper it because if I hear the name, I have one and can't deal with none. You know. And I don't take tablets for my headache, so sometimes I have it for 3, 4, 5 days. Yeah, I know. It's been. If I were to confess to you, I had a class last night up to 10 o'clock. And trust me, Excel is on a roll. I have these glorious late night classes. And in the middle of teaching the class, I had to stop and say to them, "On a fatigue?" And then you hear the class say, "Yes, sir." I said, "Oh, God." So that's why I start off the class asking you that. Not that I don't have anything planned for you tonight, but I just had to ask because I kind of sense it, that you guys have been going and going. And, even though you had a late start per se, some of you that is, but never mind. We're gonna get a little break week after next. I'm gonna ask that you those that period of time wisely. It's gonna be a time for you to get some rest, but also to catch on the areas that you would have missed or not too comfortable with. But without any further ado, we have very few numbers tonight. We have 14 of us. I got one apologies, one apology for absence, two actually. That's why I said apologies. I got two apologies. One who is out and one who has limited data. And so I don't know where the others are, but we are continuing. The aim for me is to finish Cramers tonight. I can finish Cramers tonight to the point where um, I've changed my location somewhat, trying to get some fresh air because I've been confined to this room for class and it's really not good. I need to kind of breeze up my head as I teach. So here goes. I really hope that you guys are ready because it's supposed to be, should be an exciting class with us going through some Cramers. Should be an exciting class. Cramers is really very nice. Nice topic to learn, nice topic to do. Um, so let us see what will happen. If only this system will just behave. Sure. Oh, my Lord and Father of all mankind. Share screen. And then I am going to start. No. Nope, that's not what I want to share. Um, are you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes, sir.
right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what we did last time, was to look at some Cramers, and we were able to calculate. We refresh our memories about the addition, subtraction, multiplication of matrices. We looked at calculating the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, as also we looked at the determination of 3 by 3 matrices. We were doing a question last time when time ran out on us, if I remember clearly. True or false?
True.
True.
Yeah, man. So we're going to finish off that question, even though I think I asked you to calculate. No, because there was something else for you to do with that. So let me just go through it with this. Let me just send this invite to those who may need to come in and just. I have another grouping of students who are doing this area, so I'm just gonna invite them again, as I did last week. Just not many of them turned out, but at least I would have done my best. What is this called again? What is this called? Pre-calculus. All right. So we had a conversation. We started working some questions. We did all of those. We did all of that. And then we did all of that, and we did that one too. We did that one also. And we got the 929, and you guys were saying that's a big number. And we got that, and we got the 164. Yep. And then this is where we started. And I think we did up to the determinant and got negative 40. We got 16 for the determinant. Yes, no? Somebody talk. Somebody talk to me.
No.
All right, hold on.
So wasn't it negative 59?
Negative 59. You are correct. Negative 59. I know what happened because I rearranged the questions. You're correct. It's supposed to be negative 59. I had rearranged the questions. Yeah, there you go. So this is a question. So that's a question. I had actually, I was writing. I wasn't using my computer for this topic, right? I was writing. True or false?
True.
Come on, right?
True.
So this question here I had made up on the spot. So the one that I was looking at just now was something that I had pre-prepared for you. This one I had to make up, and then I had to go and type up for you. So here goes, and just gonna ask for your undivided. Undivided. All right, so let us start afresh again. Forgive me, I'm using my tablet tonight, and I'm unable to get my spotlight, so you have to be following with me. Let me just check something here.
So, you could said.
Can you mute for me, please? Thank you. All right, so I am unable to get my spotlight, but never mind. That won't dampen class. So the question was, and I want you to watch what is happening here. I'm at the very last part of the topic. As a matter of fact, I will have more than enough time to spend with you on this topic. I'll have more than enough time to spend with you on this topic. So we're finishing off this topic tonight, and then next week I'm going to be spending those 6 hours to start and finish factored remainder theorem. I will have more than enough time to do it. Matter of fact, so confident I am that I will be giving you the let me not say that, but so confident I am that I'm now going to be finishing off that. So when I looked at your stuff today, we did unit 4, we did unit 6, we're now doing unit 7, and we're going to be doing unit 5. So I'll be finishing off 4 units with you, and all being welcome January. Units 1, 2, and 3 are easy units, easier than the ones that we're doing now. What I have done is to tackle the more difficult units in unit 1, in module 1, I'm sorry. So if you are following and understanding what is happening, it simply means that you are way on your way to doing very well. All right, so I've taken out the more difficult topics first, and then the only other difficult topic in unit 1, in module 1 to do would be trigonometry. And I'm thinking that I want to do trigonometry last. So having done 4 semi-difficult topics with you, then I'm going to do the 3 easy ones with you, and then I will do the trigonometry with you. Finish off module 1, and then I'm going to start module 2. Now, what is going to happen is I will be teaching a calculus group. Can you mute for me, please? Thank you. I'll be teaching a calculus group next semester, God sparing life. And just as though I'm doing with the pre-calculus students now, just inviting them to sit in with you. I'm going to invite those of you who can sit in to sit into those classes that I'll be having, so that at least you can get the extra help. I'm feeling very energized. I'm seeing some very good grades coming in. Some of you are really very working very hard. So I'm just very encouraged right about now, and we'll go all the way just to see that you guys can make it and will make it. All right, so we have those 2 questions. Those 3 equations, 3 linear equations, and it says 2x plus y plus 3z is equals to 6, and 5x plus 2y minus 4z equals 3. That's equation 2. And the final equation is 3x minus y plus 6z is equals to 8. Now, the syllabus asks us to use Cramers. What I'm doing here with you is we have pretty much completed Cramers. I'm just putting some things together as we speak. And I'm hoping that it will be okay. Georgie, can you mute your mic for me, please, Georgie? Thank you.
Sir.
Yeah, man, that's all right, honey. All right, so all right, and thanks the rest of you for coming out. I know I've invited some of my pre-calc students, and I'm seeing 2 of them so far here. Thanks for coming out, and again, welcome to those of you who. John Mark is here. Okay, good. I'm just scanning through the register. I need to. Natty's here. All right. Okay. So now, what is happening now is that looking at our Cramers, we now need to recognize that the system of linear equations, to write the system of linear equations in a matrix form, we need to write this system of linear equations, the system that is given here in matrix form. Please note that we are looking at the coefficients of the variables. And what do I mean by coefficient? The number in front of. The number in front of. coefficient of the variables, multiply by the variables, equals the result. What am I saying? This, and I demonstrated to you already, the 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, negative 4, 3, negative 1, 6. Now look at the equations. You recognize that the coefficients of the x's are 2, 5, and 3. Can you agree with me? Let us go down the column. Can you see that the coefficient of the x's are 2, 5, and 3?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See here in the matrix, 2, 5, and 3. Let us look at the coefficients again for the y's. 1, 2, negative 1.
Yes,
1,
sir.
2.
Yes.
Very good. 1, 2, negative 1, and so forth and so on. 3, negative 4, 6, 3, negative 4, 6. And then I have my x, y, z, and what is equals to is 6, 3, 8. And of course, it's in my equal sign and 6, 3, 8, right? So this is what they call the augmented matrix. So if you look in the syllabus, we talk about the augmented matrix. This is what they call the augmented matrix. And there's another way of writing the augmented matrix, right? But for the purposes of this course and for calculating the using Cramers, this is the augmented matrix that we're going to be using. All right. Now, again, just as a recall, we are applying the array of signs. Remember what we did was to use the A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, and A31, A32, A33. You already know the makeup of the elements in the matrix, and that the A11 is suggesting the first row, first column. The A12 is suggesting the first row, second column. The A13 suggesting the first row and the third column. We also discussed last time that each of those elements or entries have a specific position in the matrix and therefore cannot be turned around and mixed up, right? They have a specific position in the matrix. And then from the -1 to the I plus j, we ended up getting an array as plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. And that array of signs, or those array of signs, will be very critical in us calculating the determinants of the matrices. And I say matrices because we're going to have 4 different types of matrices out of these 3 equations. And you'll see as I go along. So all we're doing is just calculating determinants. So if you're very good at calculating determinants, this area is pretty easy for you, very easy for you, all right? For the pre-calculus students that are here, of your 3 questions that you'll be getting on your exam, one of those questions will be a Cramers question for 20 marks, will be a full question for 20 marks. And for those of you CAPE students, I'm expecting a Cramers question anywhere between 5 and 10 marks on your paper. Anywhere between 5 and 10 marks on your paper, all right? So let's go. So I'm looking at my matrix, my 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, negative 4. We did this last week, but I'm just going through again. 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, negative 4, 3, negative 1, 6. You notice atop those numbers, I put my array of signs, my plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. And when I have those array of signs there, then I also have my augmented matrix, which is the X, Y, Z, and the 6, 3, negative, 6, 3, 8. But to calculate the overall determinant, remember, I am not going through any diagonals. I'm not using any diagonals at all. What I'm using is pure row or column. I have 3 rows or I have 3 columns. So I can use 6 different ways to do this one calculation. I have 3 rows, 3 columns. All right. Now watch me. I am going across row number 1. I'm going across row number 1. At this point in time, I can't blink, because I don't have my spotlight on this device to show you. So you really can't blink or else you're going to miss it. And if you miss the determinant, this is the end of this topic for you, because this topic, in order to solve the equations, you're only going to be using determinants. Only going to be using determinants. So let's go. So the first thing to do is to identify which row or which column you're using. And I'm saying to you that I'm using the first row. I'm using the first row. All right. Now, 2, this 2 in blue, and that's why I color coded it. The 2 in blue is the first number that I'm taking out. But remember now, and that first number is called a cofactor. Now remember, the array of signs only affect the cofactors. It don't affect the 2 by 2 matrix. Only the cofactors it affect. All right. So that 2 that is there, remember, the row and the column that 2 appears in will be deleted. So I'm taking out that column and that row. So all I'm left with is 2, -4, -1, and 6. And I'm going to stop right there and ask you if you can see what it is that I just did. All right, I'm still trying to get my spotlight. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. All right, so again, I apologize. Oh, come on now. All right. So now, can you all see how I got the 2, -4, -1, and 6? That first 2 by 2 matrix.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. And those of you who are not answering, make sure that you're seeing how it is that I got the first 2 by 2 matrix. Because if you miss this, you're going to stay missed. It's very important that you. Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So it's important that you see what is happening now. So having seen that 2, -4, -1, and 6, and I've written my 2 by 2 matrix, now I'm going to go to my other cofactor. And you notice that that second cofactor now has a negative sign above it. So that one now becomes -1. So that's why I have that pink, that second 2 by 2 matrix, that -1 right there, because of the cofactor that is by my 3 by 3 matrix there, that -1. So remember, the row and the column that it appears in will be deleted. So I'm taking out the first row again. And this time now I'm taking out the second column. So I'm saying this slowly because I want you to visualize it. I want you to see what is happening. I'm putting a line through the first row like I did in class last week or Monday. I'm taking out the first row and then I'm drawing a line through the first column, the second column. So all that is going to be left is going to be 5, -4, 3, and 6. All right. Everybody seen that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Very nice. Very nice. And then the final one now is going to be my 3. What sign is the 3? If you look above the 3, you see that the 3 has a plus sign there. So it's going to be +3. And again, the row and the column that the 3 appears in, I'll be taking out. So I'm taking out the first row again. And I'm taking out the third column. So all that is going to be left is going to be 5, 2, 3, -1. Sir, is there a pattern to know what it's going to look like? No. Cross it out, and whatever is left, use a 1 there. All right? Cross it out, whatever is left, use that 1. All right, let's go. Please note that the array of signs only affect the cofactors, not the newly formed 2 by 2 matrices. I cannot overemphasize that. I have seen students over time teaching this topic, doing their own thing and not following my instructions and ended up getting the question wrong. The array of signs only affect my cofactors. It not touch the 2 by 2 matrix. If you look on something, you see the signs, so the array of signs don't affect the 2 by 2 matrix, only the cofactor. Please etch that somewhere into your cranium. It not affect it. All right? All right. With that said, let's go. So recall, to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, it's a leading diagonal minus the other diagonal. It is a leading diagonal minus the other diagonal. It is a leading diagonal minus the other diagonal. And what is happening there now? It's AD minus BC. Look at it, AD. So I'm using the A11 and the A22. That's the leading diagonal. And I'm going to minus the other diagonal from it. And then B times C, you're going to subtract it from that. So it's going to be the leading diagonal minus the other diagonal. All right. And then, oh my goodness. So if you look at it now, you're going to have 2. Did I have it written out? Okay, I have it written out again. So look at what is happening now. If you see after the arrow, you have my cofactors and the matrices. Raised to the 1 mark, it is what I've rewritten up here. So it is at the ease of calculation. So look at what is happening. The 2 is written back. And then now I'm calculating the determinants. I want you to watch what I'm doing. This is a recap from the last thing we did Monday night. The 2 multiplied by 6, which is the leading diagonal, minus the -4 times the -1. Follow?
Yes, sir.
Yep, sir.
All right. And then the -1 that is inside right there. And then times the 5 times 6 minus the 3 times -4. And then plus the 3 times the 5 times -1 minus the 2 times the 3. So I would have done that. So what now I'm going to do is to evaluate. So 2 times 6 is 12 minus a -4 times a -1 is a +4, but really I'm still going to have a -4 because that pink negative sign will remain. Why? Because I have that negative sign multiplied by a -4 to give me a +4, and that +4 multiplied by a -1 will give me a -4. So that's why it is 12 minus 4. All right. Then I'm going to have that -1, and then 5 times 6 is 30, and -3 times -4 is going to be +12. Then I'm going to have my +3, and then I'm going to have 5 times -1 is -5, and -2 times 3 is -6. So the next step is going to be 12 minus 4, which is 8, minus 1 times 30 plus 12 is 42, plus 3 minus 5 minus 6 is -11. And then 2 times 8 is 16, -1 times 42 is -42, and 3 times -11 is -33. And finally, 16 minus 42 minus 33 is equal to -59. And we did that on Monday. So that was just a recap for those of you who weren't seeing what was happening on Monday, for you to see it now. All right. Let me pause right here and ask, are there any questions? Because right about now, the review is done and I'm moving on full speed for the class tonight. Are there any questions?
No, sir, no question.
All right, thank you. And I'm trusting that that response is reflective of the whole class. Very important that you respond to me when I'm teaching. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, oh, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sorry to burst your bubble too. Tonight's class is not about me showing off that I can do Cramers. It's about you, because all I'm going to do is to help you in the first instance to work through the determinants, and then you're going to calculate the determinants on your own. What do I mean by that? I'm recalling what the original question is, written in the augmented form. The 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, -4, 3, -6, 1. I'm recalling what it looks like. Now, this is what is going to happen. We are going to be replacing the X column with what the system of linear equations is equal to. So look to the right of the augmented matrix, and you will see 6, 3, 8. Those are what the matrices individually were equal to. Now look at what is going to happen. My first column, 2, 5, 3, I'm going to delete those numbers in the first column, and I'm going to replace those numbers with the 6, the 3, and the 8. And then I'm going to be calculating now the determinant of X. So look at what it says here, calculating the determinant of X. But sir, you never did that for the first one. I agree, because what I was calculating was an overall determinant. So because I'm calculating the overall determinant and not interchanging anything, I'm just going to use the matrix as it is and just calculate the determinant of it. But now, having calculated the determinant of the overall matrix to get negative 59, I'm now calculating the determinant of X. Look at what is happening. Because I'm calculating the determinant of X, I'm going to delete the X column and replace it by what the equations are equal to. And the Y column and the Z column will remain the same. Watch me. Look at it. You see what is happening here? I'm going to project this one so you can see it. The 2, the 5, and the 3 were deleted and replaced by the 6, the 3, and the 8. And look to see if you agree with what it is that I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And you recognize that the 1, 2, -1, and the 3, -4, and 6 remain.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Great. And that's what we're going to be doing for all of them. So when we're calculating the determinant of X, we're deleting the X column and replacing it with what the matrices are equal to. Then we calculate the determinant and then we put it down. And when we finish the determinant and put it down, we're going to calculate the determinant of Y. And then what we're going to do is to go back to the original matrix, augmented matrix. And then we're going to delete the Y column and put in the 6, the 3, and the 8. And then we're going to calculate the determinant of that again and put it down. And then when we finish now, we're going to go to the original augmented matrix. And then we're going to delete the Z column and replace the Z column now by the 6, the 3, and the 8. And then we're going to calculate the determinant of that. And then we're going to put it down. And then we're going to put it down. And when we calculate all 4 determinants, the determinants of the overall matrix, the determinant of X, determinant of Y, determinant of Z, then we'd have just one more little something to do, and then we finish. All right. So what I have done, I have projected the replacement of the X column by my 6, my 3, my 8, whatsoever the matrix, the equations were equal to. And now I'm going to ask you, I've started it for you. Right? And you don't have to use the first column. So if you want, you can use any other column or row. I use the first row in this case. I'm not projecting anything more. I want you to finish this question for me by calculating the determinant and tell me what it is that you have gotten. On your mark, get set, go. For those of you who are having problems, let me know. Well, none of you should have any problems because I asked a while ago and nobody responded. So can you go ahead for me, please, and finish this question and calculate the determinant? When we reach the determinant of Y, I am not projecting anything, because this is me using these 3 hours to build your knowledge because I'm finishing Cramers tonight. This is the last part of Cramers. We did very well on Monday to almost start and finish Cramers. All right, very, very well. So go ahead for me, please. On your mark, get set, and begin. Give me a minute. Are you okay now? Can you see what is happening on screen still?
Yes, sir.
All right, continue. Thank you.
Mr. So must just calculate the determinant of x one.
Yes, one.
Sir?
Yes, one. You just calculate the determinant of X right here now. And when you finish this, then you can move on to it. But I will help you what to do. So just go ahead and calculate the determinant of this one now. You now have a new matrix. Before the matrix was 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, -4, 3, -1, and 6. You've already calculated the determinant of that one and got -59. Now you're changing the matrix to 6, 1, 3, 3, 2, -4, and 8, -1, 6. And you have done so by removing the X column and replacing it to what the equations were equal to. And this is what we call now calculating the determinant of X. So this is how we calculate the determinant of X, by removing X totally and making that substitution to what the equations are equal to. When we're going to calculate the determinant of Y, we will remove Y's from the original one, so forth and so on. All right, so yes, continue.
Sir, we're finished.
Already? What is for the answer?
Yeah, sir.
What?
-59.
-59. All right, hold on to that. Let me give the others a little bit of time to see if they get the same answer.
Sir,
Yes, please.
got -59.
Very good. All right, let us see if the others will come up with -59. I will give them another 2 minutes. Very nice. And incidentally, you are correct. All right. Now I'm going to challenge you. The pair of you that gave me the -59, while the others are still working on this, I'm going to ask you to go back to the original question. You see where I said recall? Recall is the original matrix written in the augmented form. So every time you're going to refer to the original matrix written in the augmented form to do the replacement. So the pair of you that have completed the stuff, I now want you to revert to the original form written in augmented form, and then you're going to replace the Y column with my 638 to calculate the determinant of Y. Do that, and then do the same thing for Z, and let me see. So since you're faster than the others, I'm not going to hold you back. Continue working. The rest of you, let me know where you are.
So when we're calculating the thingy for y, we must put back the original x column and then put the thingy for x for y instead.
Very good, Natty B. So remember, sir, so you're going to go back to the original augmented matrix. So you can, yes, correct. So you're going to go back to the original augmented matrix, which is the original question that you had. And then you're going to delete now the y column and put in what the 6, 3, and the 8, what the function was equals to. Very good. Very nice, Natty B. You see, that's all you have to do, you know, believe in yourself. Look how you did well on Monday. And you start off tonight class very well. Sure. Very nice, Natty B. Did you get the 59 for the first one, Natty, for the determinant of X?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to project the determinant of X, and I want to show you what it is that I have done. Anyway, never mind. I'll talk to you about that. Important is just for you to calculate the determinants. I'll talk to you about that. So that's my answer now for the determinant of X. Go ahead now for me and calculate the determinant of Y and Z for me and let me know. I'm right here waiting on you guys. Very nice.
Sir, I got for y.
What you got?
Negative 59.
All right, very good. Proud of you. Can you do for me Z now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, honey. I love my Monday night class and my Friday night class. Even though it's a Friday, I'm on the road in the quarantine time, yeah. But you guys are really encouraging me. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Lord.
Sir, can I see the original matrix, please? Okay, sir, thanks.
Cool, no problem. Oh, see, I have it here as a recall too. Yeah, it's right here as a recall.
Is that it, sir? Negative 59.
I'm a little concerned. It's too quiet.
Sir, I got the answer.
So all of you got the determinant of y and z?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, great. Sounds fabulous to me. All right. Now, so yes. So yes, you're correct. So the determinant of y, so remember, that's the original matrix. I know you got it, but I'm just going to go through because I know there are one or two of you who don't get it. You can't fool me. So I'm looking at the determinant, the original matrix is as my recall. And then for my recall, what I'm doing here, I am replacing this as a determinant of y. Good. So you notice my x is the same, 253, and I'm replacing my y. I'm replacing the 1, 2, negative 1 with 6, 3, 8 because I'm calculating the determinant of y. And then, of course, I put back the original y column, which is 3, negative 4, 6. And then I'm doing my reduction using my cofactor. And again, I'm going to go through row 1. You know, for me, I like consistency until I would have, developed some level of perfection before I start to fly myself all over the place. So I'm going to continue using row 1. I won't use row 1 all the time, but for now, yeah, in the other example, I think I use a different row or column, but anyway, let's go. So it's 2, anywhere the 2 falls, I'm removing the row and I'm removing the column. So I'm removing the 5 and the 3, the 2, 5, 3, and I'm moving the 2, 6, and the 3. Anywhere the row, anywhere that 2 falls in the first row, the first column, A11, I'm removing all the ones, and I'm removing all the ones. I'm moving all the first column, I'm removing all the columns, the first column, and I'm moving the first row. So I'm going to be left with 3, negative 4, 8, and 6. Similarly, I am going down to negative 6 as my other cofactor. So I'm going to have negative 6. Anywhere the negative 6 falls, I'm removing that row and that column. And when I remove that row and that column, I'm going to have 5, negative 4, 3, and 6. And finally, my last cofactor, which is positive 3, I'm removing the row and the column that it falls in. So what I'm removing is the 2, 6, 3, and the 3, negative 4, 6. So all I'm going to be left with is 5, 3, 3, 8. Now, when you're doing this question, I don't know how CXC will give you the question. I can't tell you how CXC will give you the question. I can tell you how CCCJ will give the question for the invitees that are here among us. But I don't know how CXC is going to give the question. So I'm teaching you the topic as a whole. And then anyhow them hear the question, you would be in a position to answer it because you will know everything that you need to know about calculating the matrices, the determinants of the matrices, and hence the solution. So it's going to be 2, the cofactor 2, and then I'm looking at the first matrix, the 3, negative 4, 8, and 6. And again, I'm sorry, so I can't use the pointer. So I don't fall in using the tablet. My spotlight not working on it well. So I apologize for that again, but let's go. Let us see if we can do with what we have. So it's going to be 3 times 6 minus negative 4 times 8. All right. Now watch me. There is always a negative sign in the middle of the 2 by 2 determinant. Please do not confuse it with the other negative signs. There is a resident negative sign betwixt the 2 terms in the 2 by 2 matrix. All right. So it's going to be 3 times 6 right there, and then minus negative 4 times 8. And that's why I have that negative sign there, negative 4 times 8. And then we have negative 6, and then 5 times 6 minus 3 times negative 4. Then positive 3 times 5 times 8 minus 3 times 3. So 6 times 3 are 18, and negative 4 times negative 8 is positive 32. Then my negative 6, and then 6 times 5 is 30, and negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Then I have my positive 3, and 5 times 8 equals 40, and negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. 18 plus 32 is 50. Can I tell a secret? When I was doing the question Monday night to send off to you, as I told you, I wrote this out of my head, and I wasn't getting the answer. I know what the answer is supposed to be because I made up the question. I was adding 18 and 32, and I got 40, and I was like, but why am I off by 20 points, 20 things? And I recognized what it is. 18 plus 32 is 50. And then minus 6 times 30 plus 12 is 42, and 40 minus 9 is 31. So 2 times 50 is 100, and negative 6 times 42 is going to be 252, and 3 times 31 is going to be 93. And when I do my calculation there, I'm going to get y to be equal to negative 59 as well.
Sir, that's what happened to me too.
Oh,
I was up by 10 points.
Listen to me, man. Yeah, I said it, you know. I'm going to tell you why I say it. Not because I want to make up stories in the class. I say it because it is something that if you don't pay attention to, you're going to run into problems. If you don't pay attention to it, because I'm there working and feeling good and having this sort of good feeling and say, yeah, man. And I said, but I know what the answer's supposed to be, but it's not working out. lo and behold, 18 plus 32 may have it as 40. So you have to be very careful, please. And remember, this is an area that is really not difficult. I don't want to lose any marks for it. You don't want to lose the marks because remember, you will find some other areas that you're not going to know how to do. And you have to give up some marks for those. All right? So the areas that you don't have to give up the marks for, don't give it up. All right. And then now, the determinant of Z, I'm going to end up with the same thing. I'm not going to go through that, but the determinant of Z is also negative 59. This is the last part I need to show you. I need to show you the last part because I'm going to give you a question to try on your own for me now, which is, oh Lord. Okay. All right, so look at what is happening now. So you see up top we have delta x. Delta x, that triangle is what we call delta. That triangle with a subscript x is my delta x. So delta x divided by delta. Delta is the original determinant, the overall determinant. You'll be challenged at this point in time to figure out which one is which because when I wrote this question on Monday night, I wrote it in such a way where your answer is going to be 1, 1, 1, right? That's how I wrote the question. Your answer is going to be 1, 1, 1. Now, what I want you to do for me, is to pay attention to this part. In order to calculate the value of x, the value of x is going to be the determinant of x divided by the overall determinant. So the overall determinant will always be in the denominator. The overall determinant will always be in the denominator. So it's going to be the determinant of x over the overall determinant. So therefore, I'm going to have a negative 59 divided by negative 59, and that's how I get my 1. Then I'm going to have the overall determinant of y divided by the overall determinant. Or let's say it again. You have the determinant of y divided by the overall determinant. And that's negative 59 divided by 59 again, you're going to get 1. And then for the determinant of z, so the value of z is going to be the determinant of z over the overall determinant. So it's going to be negative 59 over 59, negative 59, and you're going to get positive 1. Now you remember, you have to know where to put the stuff because you will end up getting fractions. In this case, you're fine because the overall determinant and the determinant of x, y, and z were all the same value, right? So just remember, the determinant of x, the determinant of y, the determinant of z are always placed in the numerator. And look at it, the overall determinant is always placed in the denominator. All right, let me stop and ask you. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me just show you something here. So we're saying that x is 1, y is 1, z is 1. Let me just go back up to here and show you. So when you get a question like this, you're supposed to know whether or not to answer right or wrong. Let me go to the original question. We'll go to the equations then. Yeah, watch this now. Let us look at equation 1. We say x is 1, y is 1, and z is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 3 times 1 is going to be 3. And 3 plus 3 is 6. So my answer worked for the first equation. You can't say it worked for the first equation, so everything all right. It has to work for all 3 equations. So let us try equation 2. 5 times 1 is 5. I remember y is 1 also, so 2 times 1 is 2. So 5 plus 2 is 7. 4 times 1 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Everybody say that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All I'm doing is
Yes,
substituting the
sir.
value of x, y, and z. Very good. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then 2 plus 6 is 8. So I know my answer right. I know my x, y, and z right. I not ask you. I know I'm going to the exam, and I get full marks of the question here. Nobody can tell me say me make a mistake because I know my answer right. All right? Now, as I did say to you, tonight is a night where you are going to shine, not me. The only thing I'm going to do for you, based on how I type the question, is I'm asking you to solve that system of linear equations Again, I'm telling you that the answer is 1, 1, and 1. None of you know what the determinant is. You don't know what the determinant is. And not because you get the determinant for the first one, the overall determinant means that you never made a mistake, and therefore the original the determinant of X, Y, and Z not going to be the same. So I want you now to calculate, to solve this question for me. We have done the question in pieces. We know how to write it in our augmented forms. We know how to calculate the overall determinant. We know what to do to calculate the determinant of X. We know what to do to calculate the determinant of Y. We know what to do to calculate the determinant of Z. And finally, we know what to do to calculate the value of X and of Y and of Z. So here goes a challenge. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Some of you don't need as many as 10 minutes, as much as 10 minutes, right? And no, some of you don't need as much as 10 minutes. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes. And I want you to try this one on your own. Where you have troubles, I'm right here to sort it out for you. All right? So on the mark, get set, and go. Incidentally, you're doing very well. Congrats.
Sir?
You know I get very nervous when you guys go so silent on me, you know.
Sir, we're finished.
So when you say to me, son, finish now, me there sit down and looking at space and I say, but me not hear from them. Tell me, man,
Sir, I'm
come in and say,
working out
sir.
Z.
Sir, say it again?
I'm working out Z.
Okay, all right. So I give you a couple of minutes and then we'll come into the conversation now. All right.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, I was asking, okay, for you say for the area of signs determines whether the determinant is positive or negative, right?
Mm-hmm. No, not the
So
cofactor, not the determinant,
the
the cofactor.
cofactor, sorry. So if I'm using, okay, so if I'm using a row where the cofactor is -5 and the array is positive, would it be positive?
No, say it again. Yeah, that's not what you meant to ask me. Look at the screen. What you're saying to me is like you have a -5 there, but the cofactor is also a -5. It is going to become a +5.
Okay, sir.
No. Funny, this is what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right, cool. All right, so
Oh, sir, one more thing. Sir, I have to use the first row or I can use the row?
you can use first row, second row, third row.
Okay, thank
First
you.
column, second column, third column. All right. Now that Celine has muted, let me just say this. I don't know if the rest of you understood her question. Her question was, sir, when I'm looking at the cofactor, if the element in the matrix is negative and the cofactor is negative, will that change the sign? It absolutely does. Let us look at this one. So I'm using the first row, and my 1 is positive, so it's a cofactor. So I take out the first column, and I take out the first row, so I'm left with 1, -2, -3, and 1. But look at the second cofactor. The second cofactor is -5. But the array of signs up top is also negative. Is also negative. So therefore, that negative sign and the other negative sign together will make it be a positive number. So look at it and see if you see that positive number as my cofactor being 5. Hold on 1 second for me, please. 1 second, 1 second. Right? So just remember, if the element or the entry is negative and the cofactor, the array of sign is also negative, the sign is going to become positive. If the element is positive and the array of sign is negative, it's going to become negative. So the signs will be multiplied together to give it the overall sign. So if you have two negative numbers, when you multiply together, you get a positive number. If one of the numbers is negative and the other is positive, you will have a negative number. All right? Okay, what was the determinant of that, please?
141.
141, very good. And what was the determinant of X?
141.
Oopsie daisy. And what was the determinant of, okay, before you go that, so you see what I'm doing? So this one now, I didn't do the question, the calculation all at the end. All right. So what I did here now was to calculate my X. So I said, therefore, the determinant of X over the overall determinant is going to be 141 over 141. So therefore, X is equals to 1. All right. What was the determinant of Y?
141.
Okay.
141.
Very good. Therefore, the determinant of Y over the overall determinant is equal to 141 over 141. And that is going to be equal to 1. Very nice. Determinant of Z is?
141.
Okay. Only thing on smart, you know. Only thing on smart, you know. Very nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So that is that. Is there anyone in the class that has a challenge in getting the answers that these students are getting?
Yes, sir, but I think it's just
Eh,
my multiplication.
Okay.
Can multiply.
And
that's what mommy said.
I come in. Hold on, Natty. Who was speaking earlier?
Chanel.
Okay, Chanel. Okay. Yes, Miss Whitfield. What I love about it is that when I do the question, when I hide the workout from you, and you look at what it is that I have done, so me I understand, but it's just that my multiplication is off, and that's what I respect about you. So I'm not worried about you, Whitfield. Natty B, talk to me now.
Can you work out mommy said the first determinant is no, say the original one, not the one for X.
That's the original determinant.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Finding the original determinant, we use the first row.
I think I use the first row. Yes, I use the first row.
Almost always the first row, sir.
All right, so let me
We,
repeat
we
that
cannot
now.
we cannot use any column.
So let me repeat that. For the final time, you are allowed to use any row, any column. The only thing you can't do is what, guys?
Go diagonally.
Go diagonally.
Go diagonally. Very good. So I know I said it. So you can go row 1, row 2, row 3. Or if you so choose, you can use column 1, column 2, column 3. The only way you cannot go is diagonally. And remember now, when I gave you the question when I said to you that on Monday, I said to you that you're going to look for the 0 row and 0 column. So whichever column has the most zeros, you're going to be looking for. So you don't know which column it is. It don't always have to be the first row. So you can go any row and any column. Any row, any column. Sir, but we're not going to get the same answer. Who says so? Absolutely, you get the same answer. Right? So any row, any column can be used. The only thing you can't use in this case is to go diagonally. You can't go diagonally. But any row, any column. So that's what I'm saying to you. You have 6 different ways of doing the calculation. But guess what? Same one answer. So mathematics nice? 6 different ways. Same answer. All right. Can I move on to another question?
So I can see X now, please.
You want to see the X one?
Yes, sir.
There you go, honey bunches.
Get the result.
Somebody saying something to me? Talk to me. Who's speaking?
Sir, I never really get the X and the Y and the Z one. I only got the overall determinant.
Okay, so pay some attention to the X here now that is being projected and see if you can find out where it went wrong. If not, talk to me. I'm right here.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Tyreek, you're very silent tonight, and I don't like that. What does that mean?
So I'm okay.
You okay? All right, good.
Yes,
Tatiana, all right, next Papa. Tatiana D, you're very silent too.
So I'm okay.
Nice, very nice. And I know, Tashi, how you stay? No, yeah, I know you're visiting Taj, but are you following what is happening, Taj?
Yes, sir.
Very nice, Papa. Proud of you. And then you will take it to the pre-calc class for your other classmates just to make sure that they're understanding. Very nice.
sir.
Yes, Matthew.
Can I just
You're supposed to last, because I know the challenge you're having. Oh, you stay.
let me just come say to see this, so I'm not really know.
I know. Don't worry about it. Just go and follow. Don't worry about it yet. You're a quick learner, so I know you'll get it. Javier,
Sir,
or you stay?
try with this.
Okay. This means I call upon you, not to me see I try with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nikki Boo,
Yes, sir.
why you want me to fall out?
What happened?
When I don't hear from you, I know what is happening.
Doing all right.
You sure?
Yes.
Nikki, no ramp with me, you know. Make sure you know. All right, cool. Is anybody in the class live in near Maxfield area there? Anybody? No? Okay.
No, sir.
It's just that I'm hearing that you have some what if I go and shoot out something down there. So if you do and you don't want to say yeah, turn on your yard, go under the bed and carry a computer and have a class here. Please, just be safe. Coordinator, you all right? I can't talk. Which one?
Yes, sir. Oh, me use the first column to get the overall determinant. And I get negative 15.
Which column you use?
The first column. The
Use the first
1,
column.
3, 4.
So
For
for
the
which
overall
one?
determinant.
For the overall determinant?
Yes.
So you use the first column, 1, 3, 4. I never get it. All right. So watch me now. I can't write because I'm not in front of my computer. I'm using a tablet. So work with me now. Who is this, John?
I understand. Wait, sir. I think it's the
It's a 2x2 matrix. I know that's exactly where I was gonna go. But hold on. Don't change anything yet. Let us work through it together. So if you're using 1, your matrix is going to be 1, -2, -3, and 1. Do you have that? Yeah? No?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the other one is going to be -3. The cofactor is -3. And the matrix is supposed to be -5, -7, -3, and 1. You got that?
Yes, sir. That's the problem. The cofactor. That's what.
Oh, the cofactor. Okay, got you, Papa. And that is the spirit. You do the question and go on, work it out, and you can see your errors, so forth and so on. Matthew, please don't worry yourself. You and I will link up. We can go through some of the questions. You don't have to worry about it. I know you did.
Please.
Go back to where I was. That part.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, do me a favor, please. I don't want to be selfish, so do me a favor. And I want to include all the students. So do me a favor. 1 minute, please. I am going to go to another question that I want the other students who have completed. I don't want to hold them at ransom. So I'm going to go to this question and just ask the other students who have completed. Man, all of you, just screenshot this question for me, please. Screenshot or write up the question for me. And those of you who have completed this question, move on while I project so that the others can figure out their errors. I don't want you to be wasting time. And congratulations again for being very fast. You were much faster than me in learning this topic. Much faster than me when I was learning the topic. I was very slow at it. And of course, this was many years ago. But maybe is how it was presented to me in that manner as well. So I'm happy that you grasped my presentation of the topic and that you are very good in terms of doing the calculations. Let me know when I can move, please. Pictureize it, screenshot it, write it out quickly for me. Hello?
Sir, wrote it off.
All right, so can I move now, guys?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
All right, hurry up, please. That's another question that I want you guys to do for me now. But I want to project it so that those who are still working on the one before, I can assist them.
I'm finished.
All right. All right. So those of you who are still at that point, not a problem. So everybody now has something to do.
Sir,
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
the one with the 11 and the one negative 3 and 1, me get that, but the negative 2, when I get the same like the negative 5 and negative 7 in it.
All right. Do me a favor. Draw one line. You see the road where -2, the cofactor there, so draw one line because I use this column. It's a column I use this time, and not the row. So what I want you to do is draw a line through that row and the column that the 2 appears in. The A21 position, draw a line in the A21 position, column and row, and then you'll see what is going to be left to be -5, -7, -3, and 1. Tell me if you see it now.
Yes, sir, I see it.
You see it now? Very nice.
Alright, so sir, me use the row, but I'm still not getting it.
Okay. What you use? Okay, so you got the So that means you agree with me with the first 2x2 matrix then with the -11.
Yes,
Talk to me now. Okay, good. Then the other cofactor now is going to be +5 and not -5. You see why I get +5?
sir.
Because the array of sign up top is negative and the 5 is negative. So those two numbers multiply together to give me a +5. So I'm going to have +5 as my cofactor. And then the matrix is going to be 2, -2, 2, and 1.
Yes, sir.
That's what you have?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. And then the other cofactor now is going to be -7. And the matrix is going to be 2, 1, 2, -3.
Yes, sir.
You have that?
Yes, sir.
That means you know for multiply then. Come, do the calculation now. I don't have it written down, so it's difficult for me to look at it. Calculate the determinant of those matrices for me now, and you should be fine.
Sir, should I calculate the determinant for the second question?
For the one that I asked you to write off?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, more to do that one, man. Yeah, man, that's classwork for you guys again. The topic finish, are just examples me I'm going to do. And then when I send out the notes to you guys know, I'm going to ask you to just go through some stuff for me.
Sir,
Yeah. What's up? I'm hearing you.
I did it over, but I still didn't get the answer.
Okay. Um. mm, Take a picture of what it is that you did and put it in a WhatsApp group for me, please. And let me go through it with you. And so at least I can have a visual as to what it is that you're doing. All right? You send a WhatsApp yet? Cassandra? Was it you talking to me, hon?
No, sir, I'm taking the picture right now to send it to you.
Oh, okay. All right, we're okay. Anybody finish that question that I gave you?
Not yet.
Okay, continue working, Julia. Nice job. Sorry. Okay, Matthew. Hold on. Hold on.
Sir, where's the question? I got bumped off.
Oh, Rockstone, but you know, see the question gone. Hold on there. Oh, keep. Are you seeing it now? No?
No, sir.
All right, hold on. Because clearly you guys share screen. Yes, I wasn't sharing, so let me go back to share screen. You sent it? Oh, it just come in. All right, so let me just do. Oh, I see the problem. Oh no, hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. So the matrices are correct. Why have a negative 55? Shouldn't it be a positive 55? But isn't the 11 negative?
I realize it almost send it. But it still never changed the answer.
It would change the answer because it's supposed to have a negative 11. So it's supposed to be negative 11 times negative 5, which will give you a positive 55. So I'm seeing that one. So you need to change that 11 to be negative 11. Well, those two 11s to be negative 11. And then you can have a positive 55. I'm checking the rest. You can have a positive 55. 2 ones, 2 plus 4. 6, 6, 5, 30. Minus 6, minus 2, minus 8. 8, 7, 56. And suppose I have a positive 56. A minus 7 times a minus 8 is a positive 56. You have a negative 56. Child, and there goes a 141. What is positive 55 plus positive 30 plus positive 56? Cassie, talk to me now, man. Hello, somebody. Cassie, can you talk to me, please? You sent me something and I'm talking to you and not answering me. All right. So whenever you're ready to talk, you can talk back to me.
Sir, look like she get kicked out of class. Look like she get kicked out.
Oh, she got kicked. Oh, she got kicked out. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Um, you're not fully engaged, that's why you're asleep. Let me just check something here. Oh, is the Matthew? You still here, Matthew?
Sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sir, I'm at X because I had to start over.
What you got for the determinant?
16.
Okay, all right, continue.
Sir, I completed the question, but I'm like checking to see if it's right.
Okay, what you got for the determinant for the overall determinant?
16.
All right. Okay, so go ahead and double check now. You know, you saw how I showed you to check the answer, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, Patrick. Very nice, proud of you. Jeez, anything you eat for lunch today? Eat it again here, honey. And matter of fact, this week, because you're shown on Monday to and no tonight again. Very nice. Very nice. That's how I like it. Who says students can learn online?
Sir.
Yes, Papa. Look how I call you.
Man, but come and go and go to something in the area.
All right. Go ahead.
It's a fraction something, right? It's like 141 divided by, so where you get that?
All right. So this is the overall determinant divided by the determinant of X divided by the overall determinant.
So determinant of X, what's that, sir?
The determinant of X is 141. So, but I was calling you because I wanted to have a conversation with you. Remember on Monday, I was calculating the determinant of the 3x3 matrix?
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what I'm doing now. There's only one trick to it, that when I'm calculating the determinant of X, I'm going to remove the values of, oh Lord, I never put the record here. Let me go to this question. Let me go to this question, Papa. All right, so this is what we did on Monday. The overall determinant, and we got negative 59, and that's where we ended class. All right. Now, I reviewed that for the class tonight, and then we started with the determinant of X. Now, if you look at the record says the matrix is 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, negative 4, and 3, negative 1, 6. All right. Now, what we're doing here is calculating the determinant of X. So because we're calculating the determinant of X, we're removing the X column, the 2, the 5, and the 3. We are totally removing the X column and replacing it with the 6, 3, and 8 that the equations were equal to. The 6, 3, and the 8, if you look at the far end of the recall, the 6, 3, and the 8 is going to be replaced by the first column. So I'm taking out the 2, the 5, the 3, and I'm replacing it with the 6, 3, and the 8. So if you look now beneath that, you're going to see the 6, 3, and the 8. So the new matrix is going to now be 6, 1, 3, 3, 2, negative 4, 8, negative 1, 6. All right? It now makes it a new matrix. The calculation is going to be different from the one before because the first column, the column with the X, has changed. And you know how to calculate the determinant from the last class. So go ahead for me and calculate the determinant of, well, you never did this one. Go ahead and calculate the determinant of X for that one for me. Double check your answer for me, please. I'll show you how to double check your answer. Check your answer.
Sir, check it.
And it's correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Double check your answer for me. How you double check your answer? The values you get for X, Y, and Z, substitute it into the original equations. And you notice I'm saying equations because I don't want to do it for one equation and think that you've done it. It must be done for all 3 equations. And if you get what the equations are equal to, then you know your answer is correct. Just like when you're solving a simultaneous equation and substitute a value in there, is the same thing, because this is really a pair of simultaneous equation, you know. But instead of doing a simultaneous equation with 2 variables, we're doing solving a simultaneous equation with 3 variables, and we're utilizing Cramers in order to do that. We are utilizing Cramers in order to do that. All right. Yes, Matthew. So you now have a new matrix that you're going to be working. So I know you know how to do this because we did it last class. Remember, you have to put your array of signs, your plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Very important, of course, as you will know. And then we are going to have, I'm using the first row. So I will just stop, allow you to go through it, and see if you come up with the same negative 59 as the other class members did. And let me know where it is that you're not following.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I send you my answer. We can look at them, please.
Absolutely. No, 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 no. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. Mm-hmm.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
sir, Wi-Fi went 4 minutes, sir. What were you saying?
I don't remember because a long time ago I said somebody told me that you had left the class. Because as they're saying something, I don't remember when we did that thing. This is a Friday night here. Don't laugh at me. And it's 10 minutes to 8 o'clock. We have 40 minutes left for class. I don't remember where you what you last remembered. Sorry, before I do that, because I'd have to go move to come from here. How you say, Papa, Matthew?
You can move slide. I'm writing.
Okay. You want me to leave it at Y?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's the calculate the determinant of Y for the first question that we started last week. All right, class. What you say now, hon? Yes, I know what you say now.
Sir, so the last thing that I remember is that they said that all of my mates were correct, and that
Yes. Okay. Now I remember. Thank you. Now I remember. So I'm saying to you, negative 7 times negative 8 means it's positive 56, not negative 56.
repeat, sir. What did you say, sir?
Negative 7 times a negative 8 is a positive 56. You have a negative 56. You don't see that?
Yes, sir. Please.
You see a positive?
Yes, sir.
And the 55 is supposed to be positive also because there's a negative 11 times a negative 5. You had a positive 11, it's supposed to be a negative 11. You see how one little sign can change things around?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Mm-hmm.
number two, Y1, no.
No, but you know, you can't do gone to Y yet. I know tell me if you agree with me with that one day.
Sir, I agree.
Okay, all right then. Yeah, you can move on now then. Nice.
So I check it over and it correct.
Good job.
Sir,
Mm.
sir, I really don't know for the because we get a question because me get bumped off. So the last time I remember, I went to do the 141 something. I did get that with the X and Y and whatever.
Yeah, so what is the problem then? If you remember that one, they just do
We
the
get
same
some
method.
for the after that.
No,
We get
the
some.
141. No, but they finish the 141 question, you know. And they must. You did right of the question here?
No, sir, I got bumped off.
Okay, right of the question, you know, honey, then.
Okay,
The
thanks.
yeah, quickly, and then they start work on it for me. Very nice.
Sorry, I can change it whenever you're ready.
Sir,
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
can check the chat, please.
Okay. Thank you for. Yes, it is. Don't. Let me. No, it's 16. No, it's 16. Overall determinant is 16. Very good to that person, but the other person you need to double check that. Overall determinant is 16. What did you get for the determinant of X?
1.
Not the answer, the determinant of X. You got 16 again?
Yes, sir.
And that should be correct. So therefore, your X would have been 1. And what's the determinant of Y?
2.25.
The determinant of Y?
36.
Sir,
Okay, 32.
32.
Yes.
Was it 36 or 32 that you have? If you had 36, look at what I have and let us make the correction, please. I'm more than willing to answer any of your questions.
Sir, what was the first one?
16. The overall determinant was 16. The determinant of X is also 16. And we're now looking at the determinant of Y. And we got 32. Well, I got 32.
Sir, right.
Okay. And what's the determinant of Z?
Sir, 16.
You are correct. So X is going to be 1, Y is 2, and Z is 1. And that's how I prove my answer by substituting into the formulas. Get back my same 12, -2, -2. And know me right.
Sir, can you scroll up a bit?
To the determinant of which of the determinants, X, Y, or Z?
Sir, Z.
I use the third column. Lie. I use the first row.
Sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, I'm not getting the 16 for the overall and the X.
Okay, no problem.
Sir? Okay, sir. I did Y and no, I did X. I got 16. I did Y. I got 16, sir. And then when I did Z, I got 32.
Sir, my answer.
All right, mute Tantan. All right, never mind. So clearly, Tantan, you got your stuff a little mixed up. All right, let me go from. All right, Foxy, you were the one who said you didn't get the overall determinant.
Sir, I'm getting 18 for my overall determinant. I
Okay,
get
hold on.
20.
Me say, I better be careful, you know. All right, so where I live, there was a white owl that lived in my ackee tree, but I had to cut back my ackee tree because it was going out of shape. So, you know, for those biologists, you know, migration of them, the animals, so the owl move. I'm actually on the outside teaching. So I'm outside here now, and I'm seeing the owl flying by, but there's a cat that is walking on the fence. And the owl went down very close to the cat and the cat saw him and ran back. Catty, be careful, because them also don't play, you know. They might take up anything. And move with them. But of course, the cat's eyes and the owl eyes are better than mine and yours combined together. So I guess them can sight each other from a distance. All right. Shan, you didn't get the overall determinant. Which row you use? Matthew, this is a good opportunity for you to look here, Papa. Shan, which row you use?
Sir, I use the third row.
Use the third row. All right, so I'm going to call out your matrix and tell me whether or not you got that. So your matrix would have been, you would have 1 times, the matrix would be 3, 4, negative 2, positive 1.
Yes, sir.
And then you'll have plus 1, 2, 4, 1, 1.
Yes, sir.
And then we have minus 1, 2, 3, 1, negative 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so let me, so 1 times 3, 4, negative 2, 1, and this is plus 1 times 2, 4, 1, 1, and this is minus 1 times 2, 3, 1, negative 2, 2, 3, 1, negative 2. All right, so that's going to be 1 times 3 1's 3 plus 8 plus 1 times 2 minus 4 minus 1 times negative 4 minus 3. 1 times 8 and 3, 11 plus 1 times minus 2 minus 1 times negative 7. 11 minus 2 plus 7. 7 and 11 minus 2 is 9. 9 plus 7 is equal to 16. Yeah, I got the 16. 16 is supposed to get to 18. You get the 16. All right. Based on what you use, this is what you should have.
Sir, I get it back. I don't know what I was saying.
You get it now?
You're not getting it enough time.
No,
Yes,
hold on. Let me do it one at a time. So you have the 1 times 3 plus 8 plus 1 times 2 minus 4 minus 1 times minus 4 minus 3.
Sir, I had everything right, you know. It come at me can't add.
I'm gonna take away supper. That's I'm going to take away. All right, you good then now. Who is next?
Sir.
Yes, Tantan.
Sir, I'm not getting Z and I do it like 10 times already and I'm still getting negative 32.
All right, okay. All right, so which row did you use, Daniel?
First.
All right, so use the first row, like I did. Do you have everything I have here in the first row?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go now. So it's going to be negative 4 minus 2. I mean positive 4 minus 2, negative. So it's going to be positive 4 minus 2, and then it's going to be minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 2. Good. And it's going to be negative 1 plus 2. Right.
Wait, sir, right there, so sir, I get right.
Okay.
Negative 1 part.
All right, then make that correction, please.
Oh, sir, I forgot to put in the other negative.
Okay. Nice. I'm happy that you see what is happening. And incidentally, my niece or my neighbor shouldn't be watching YouTube. Let it shine. It's bedtime. Bedtime. All right. So you're okay with that now? Is there anybody else that had a difficulty with anything?
Difficulty.
Sir, yes, we have a difficulty, but I still am over.
You see, and that's the beauty about it, you know. And I am not upset if you get the question wrong, you know. What is important is for you now to see where you went wrong and don't make the mistake again. Yeah, man, that's fine. Very nice. Proud of you. Very proud of you. Is there anybody else that has
Sir, I
tried?
got
Yes.
10 for Z.
You got 10 for Z. Okay, so let us go. Which row did you use for Z or column?
Third row.
You use a third row. All right. So
No,
let
third
me
column. Third column.
use a third column. All right. So let me tell you what it is that I would have. So it will be 12 times 1 negative 2, 1 negative 1. You agree with that?
Yes.
Plus 2 and 2, 3, 1 negative 1. No, you don't agree with that at all. It's going to be positive 2. Positive 2 because the cofactor, the array of sign is negative and the element is negative. The entry is negative. So those two negative signs will become a positive sign as a cofactor. That's where you went wrong?
No, sir, I got the positive 2.
You got the positive 2, and for the positive 2, what is the matrix? The matrix is 2, 3, 1, negative 1.
Yes, sir.
And then you have a negative 2 again.
Negative 2.
And then you're going to have 2, 3, 1, negative 2.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have 12 times negative 1 plus 2. Talk to
Yes.
me. Plus 2 times negative 2 minus 3.
Yes, sir.
Minus 2 times negative 4
2.
minus 3.
Negative 4.
2 times negative 2 and negative 4. Rockstone. Yeah, 2 times negative 2 and negative 4.
Oh, sir. I have 2, 3, 1, and negative 1. That's not negative
Right, so
2.
it's supposed to be negative 2, right?
Okay, sir.
Let me just tell you what it is that I normally do. If I do the question and I'm not getting the answer, I don't look over I don't just look at my calculation. I look back at rewriting the set the 3 2x2 matrices because I could make a mistake right there. So that's where I first start. So don't just start at the calculation, start at the matrix. That's a good rule of thumb and a good starting point. Yes, Matt.
When they're done with that question, they can go back to the Z for the one over there, though.
The one with the 59, negative 59?
Yes, sir. We get
no problem, Papa.
the Z part.
No problem, Papa. I'll soon come for you. I'll soon come and do that for you.
Sir, what was the answer for Y? Overall determinant.
Overall determinant for which one? Which one are you talking about?
I'm not getting the
Sir.
You're not getting the 16 for the Y, but Y is not 16. Y is 32.
Sir,
Y is 30. Yes, please. I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
sir, me get Y and Z, but me no get X. Me get 28 for X.
You got 28 for X?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Hold on there. You get 28 for X. Which column you use?
I use the first row.
You use the first row?
Yeah.
For X?
Yes, sir.
I come in Matthew. I remember your Matthew. Use the first row, which is exactly what I use. So look at my one then.
I see it now.
Okay, good chance. Anybody else before I go to Matthew?
Sir, Fizzy, me get 14.
Which row you use and which column?
The first row.
Use the first rule. All right, so I use the first rule myself. So look at my answer there.
Oh, sir, I'm finished when I got that answer.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Hmm.
Do you hear me?
Very, very, very faint.
So I'm not getting it.
What are you not getting? Now you sound annoyed.
It's 16 and y is 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting overall determinant r y. Wait. I'm gonna try y x.
All right. Tell me what you get. You don't try the overall determinant yet, but then that should I calculate first, mom?
Try the overall determinant. I don't try y yet.
So hold on there. Did you get 16 for the overall determinant?
No.
Okay. Which row you use?
First.
The
First
first
one.
row? All right, that's what I use also. So look at my answer right there and see if we can pick up an error. Talk to me now.
Yes, sir. Me, I look funny, sir. Only one thing alone so far, I realize when we thought
Trust me, that one thing can make you get the answer wrong. So check that one thing and then see if you get the 16 now. That one thing alone can make everything go wrong. Chances are you don't make no other mistake.
Sir, that's facts for me.
Trust me. Yeah, man. One something alone, one diggy something. I just throw off the whole thing.
Say that always a catch me, sir.
Never mind. As I said before, remember you're just learning the thing, the topic. Even though I'm finished with it now, because this is all that there is to it.
So,
The
sir,
most yeah, go ahead.
wouldn't a negative times a negative be a positive?
Always.
So, right here we have 2, and then in bracket you have -2, -1.
Yeah. Looking at the other line down at the bottom, it says you have a +2 right there, so don't it?
Oh, yes, I see it.
Yeah. I'm going to set some questions for you. Maybe not tonight. I kind of feel a little tired-ish. And then from 8 o'clock tomorrow, I have another class.
So, sir,
I'm going to...
oh, you have 2 -1.
What is that?
Isn't a +1 and a -1, sir? For the next multiplication.
There is always a negative sign that is in the middle of calculating. Look up top where it says green, where you see the note in green. When you calculate the determinant of a 2x2 matrix, it's always AD minus BC. So the minus sign that you're seeing in pink is telling you that that's a minus sign for the determinant. It's not the other one. Whenever there are two negative signs, I'll put them in parentheses. So wherever I have two negatives, I put them in parentheses. Yeah. All right, Cool. Matthew, your turn now, Papa. Oh no, where did I go? Oh no. Oh, Matthew, what were you calculating again? X or Y?
Z.
Sorry, say that again.
So do I look for Z?
Oh, Z. Got you now. Z, all right, Z. What we use our column?
Use the first row.
Okay, that's exactly what I use also. So look to see if you have the same matrices that I have.
Yes, sir.
All right. So look at my calculations now and see if you get the same thing.
I'm gonna get a 66 for the last part.
You see why I have the 66 now though? 5 times -1 is -5. Minus -2 times a +1 is a negative.
That me never do, man. See it.
You see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So what is the determinant of X?
For which one, hon?
Which one?
For the one I gave you as password, the last one I gave you?
116.
You mind
Overall,
the determinant of X is 16 also.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
I can see the last two, please. Like for Z and Y. X for Z and Y. Sir, the last one. Done, sir.
No problem. All right, so we have come to the end of the class. I am a little curious though, as I sit here and waiting for you to complete the question. I have some things have been running through my mind, and I will ask one or two questions, as I will need to know in order to move on. I want to get the general feeling from you. How have you been adapting to the online classes? Are you adapting well? No? Are you learning the online medium? What can I do differently to make it
Great,
a little
sir.
more?
I don't want to go back.
Same.
Right?
You guys are mean. Shani, you really say you don't want to go back to face to face?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, you know, far, sir, I live far. So if I come to school, I have to wake up early. And now I can be in my bed.
Nice, nice.
Exactly.
And you're learning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very nice. Well, I know you. I know the ones in class that I don't have to be calling upon, because I know you don't have a problem to unmute your microphones and talk to me. And guess what? You see, Natty B, when Natty B now understand, she not afraid to unmute and say, "Me not learn this thing, sir. What go on?" Right? But my only concern, really and truly, if I were to be honest, and I mean, I love honesty. I'm very concerned about those of you who refuse to unmute. And I am very concerned that when the results don't look the way it look, you're going to say, "Me couldn't learn from online and me didn't answer nothing in the teacher class," and so forth. When it is that you could change your mindset to start responding, because I know the ones who are following. I know the ones who are understanding. Me know. All right. For those of you who may not be following as much, what can I do differently in order to get you a little bit more engaged, or to make the class a little bit more exciting, or to come across a little bit better or clearer? Am I not speaking clear enough? Is it that my explanation is not good enough? What you want me to do? Talk to me.
Sir, and you will know how we mix up the number them and the sign them. Well, me personally, I
Mm-hmm.
write the number and I forgot to put on some of the sign them, so I throw off everything.
Okay. Okay. Right. But my question remains though, is there anything I can do a little different or a whole lot different just to make this online class a little bit more real, a little bit more exciting, a little more interesting? We can't change the time for the class. So don't tell me to change the time because I can't change that. But what else can I do to get you, to where you want to be? Because remember, I'm serving you, So tell me what it is that you want of me.
Sir, for me, nothing, honestly. Sir, you're already doing enough.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tantan. What about the rest of your money? Manisha, talk to teacher now. Yeah.
Sure. Alright, you see, I have this one problem. It's the part where the switch up of signs kind of always confuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if in our next class, we can just use one with where I have to switch the signs.
Mm-hmm.
See how it do, please.
No problem. I will be sent. Remember the topic finished now. So what I'm going to be doing, maybe a little later on when I kind of lounge off a little and feel a little refreshed, I'm going to write some questions. I may not be able to. Okay, so when I write the questions, I know what answers I'm looking at. I know what my answer is because I can do the question mentally. But in terms of I'm writing, doing the solutions, I may not be able to. Well, not maybe. I won't be able to do the solutions. I will just do the questions and put the answers there, so at least you know if you're on the right track. All right. So I'll give you about 5 of
Yes.
those questions to do. And I will mix them up, Manisha. Mix them up with the signs and everything for you and see how well you get at those. But I'm not hearing, guys, it's just like how I want you to change your attitude towards learning and your attitude towards the class and so forth. I want to be in a position to also change my attitude. Talk to me, no man. Let me know. Okay, I hear Tanya say, sir, boy, you're doing enough for us. You give us the notes. If anything you present in class, you send it to us. You send us the recordings. You come to class on time. You teach. Sir, I don't know what else you can do. But is there something else that somebody is saying that, sir, I think you can do this a little bit more or a little bit better? Let me know. This is for me. I want to know so it is that I can be able to reach you.
Yeah, I think you need to remember our 10-minute
Sorry, I'm
break.
not hearing you. Say it again.
So I think you need to remember our 10-minute break. That is all.
Go away. All right. Hear you loud and clear. And whenever you're ready for a 10 minutes break, just tell me. Because you see, if you don't mind shopping, I'll 10 o'clock, I'm still teaching, right? So that I know I have a weakness in, because when the class are going nice to me, I'll 10 o'clock. Last night was in the class up to 10 o'clock. But when 10 o'clock came, I didn't even know. And the students in the class not telling me it's 10 o'clock. It's me if I say, hold on the one on the bed, no man. Right? So, okay, I will remind me please whenever you want a little break. But remember, I give you 15 minutes break at the start of the class, Talk truth.
Our dinner done at the start of the class.
Your problem is you love it got too much. All right, guess
I'm
what?
not
No
telling
problem.
you that the food me there for.
All right, guess what? Okay, fine. I concede. Please, guys, whenever it's the time for 10 minutes, okay, what time do you agree that we're supposed to get the 10 minutes break?
7:30.
Yes, sir, 7:30.
Okay, 7:30. All right, so at 7:30, I'm gonna hitch it somewhere down. 7:30. I'm gonna have one more week in this piece of the semester to try it out. So 7:30, I'm gonna remember that we're getting a 1 minute break. I mean, not 1 minute, 10 minutes break. Okay, fine. Oh, see, that was so easy. We don't feel no way about that. I know I'm guilty because me, as I said, me go on and teach until 10 o'clock tonight, right? So fair enough. Is there any other? I take one more and then we cut. Come, don't feel me now. Talk to me.
Yeah, go on, good sir.
All right, thanks. All right. Okay, so blessing the heart. When I send a drink to Jesus before I go to bed tonight, remember, and hear me out carefully now, for those of you who are science students, and all of you are science students, you have to act responsibly over this Christmas break. Me no want none of you care about no corona come at the people them good school, because remember your guys are coming in now for labs. So here what my commitment to you. I am going to be a safe. Hear me out. Watch night service. All if them are open out real church. Me I do my watch night service online. The most I will do is go to a local one store For go buy a little one thing, for go do a little one thing with my yard, and that is it. I am going to be responsible and stay in. And I'm praying and hoping that you guys too can be responsible and stay in. And if you tell your family members and your friends to do the same thing, trust me, this corona not going to have anybody, BODY, to as a source to replicate so it continues. So let us be responsible. No matter go to a session and rate and so forth and so on. And if you even do, be responsible and wear your mask, sanitize and your social distance. All right. And also wanting to study here, please. We're doing this course for the first time. As it's a new course that is brought on by CXC, and we're getting some very good results. I know some results already, you know, from some of you. I know what results you're going to get already. If you continue in this vein, the rest of you who need to pull up on the socks and draw them all the way up to no waist, please. But anyhow, you did pretty well. Thank you. Have a good night. Say a drink of Jesus, and we'll meet on Monday again. I'll communicate with you over the weekend. All right. Bless up.
Bye, sir. Have a great
Bye,
weekend.
sir.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye, dearest.